Alright, my next one is an x equals, which is a little weird, but I see that my y squared, and I've got a negative 10y, so I need to put that to one side and everything else goes to the other because those are my terms that are squared this time. So I've got now x minus 20 is equal to y squared minus 10y. This time I don't have to worry about factoring anything out, which is kind of nice. So then I just need to slice and square, so I should just get x minus 20. Slicing and squaring, I should get 25 is equal to y squared minus 10y plus 25. So I can rewrite that as x plus 5 is equal to now just y minus 5 quantity squared. So all in all, getting this into vertex form, I get x is equal to y minus 5 quantity squared minus 5. Alright, so just looking at this, I see, okay, well now I've got my y in my squared term, and I've also got x equals, which is a little bit weird. Well, my a term is still 1, which means that I'm still going to be opening in a positive direction. This time, though, it's x equals, which means that I'm going to be opening along the x-axis, which means that I'm either going to be opening right or left. Well, in a positive direction means that I'm going to be opening to the right. Alright, and the weird thing is, this now also affects my vertex, my focus, my directrix, but not really my distance across the parabola too much. Alright, so how does this affect my vertex? Well, usually I say, okay, if it's in with the x coordinate, or if it's in with the x term, then that is my x coordinate. And on the outside is always my y coordinate. Well, this time it's flipped. My y coordinate is actually in with my y's. However, my signs and stuff don't change. What I mean by that is my general formula for x is still going to be the same. The only thing that changes is where my x's and my y's are. So I'm still going to have x is equal to a times y minus k, in this particular case, quantity squared, plus h. Alright, so my signs in here don't change. It's just, hey, here's my y coordinate, here's my x coordinate in this particular case. So my y coordinate is actually going to be positive in this case because my sign does not change, but my h coordinate sitting on the outside does, which is going to tell me I've got a negative 5 for my x in this particular junction. Alright, now I just got to worry about finding the focus. Oops. So my focus is just going to say, okay, well, got to find this magical letter C. My a out in front, which is 1, should be equal to 1 over 4c. So therefore, I've got 4c is equal to 1, cross multiplying. And so finally c should equal 1/4. Alright, since it opens right, I'm going to go right 1/4. Which is going to affect my x values. Funny thing, if it's an x equals, it's going to affect my x values, just like if it was y equals, it was going to affect my y values. Alright, so moving 1/4 to the right, that should give me negative 4 and 4/5, comma 5. And my directrix should be in the opposite direction, which is going to be in a negative direction, moving left this time. Should be negative 5 and 1/4. I don't know why I wrote 4/5. That was dumb. Alright, let me try that again. And 3/4. Alright, and then my distance across the parabola at the focus should be just 4c. Well, c in this case is 1/4. So all in all, my distance across the parabola at the focus should just be 1. Alright. And then last example that we'll do together, I'm going to say, okay, well, I've got my... Yeah. Alright, so I've got x is equal to that mess. again, I see that my y quantity is squared, so I need to get those to one side and everything else on the other. So I should just get x minus 62 is equal to 4y squared minus 32y. I need to factor out that 4 out in front of my y squared because I want that to be a 1. So I get x minus 62 is equal to 4 times the quantity of now y squared minus 8y. Slicing and squaring that, I should want to add 16. But 4 times 16 gives me a heck of a lot bigger number. That should give me 64. Alright, so finally I should just get x plus 2 is equal to 4 times the quantity of y minus 4, quantity squared. So finally I should just get x is equal to 4 times the quantity of y minus 4, quantity squared minus 2. Alright, this time I see that it's y is on the inside, which means that my y coordinate sitting in there with it. So my y coordinate should be 4. Meanwhile, my x coordinate is going to be negative 2, sitting there on the outside. My focus, I need to set A, which is on the outside of those parentheses out in front, should be equal to 1 over 4c. So I've got 4 is equal to 1 over 4c. Alright, again, cross multiplying, I should get 16c is equal to 1, so c should be equal to 1/16 again. Alright, probably helpful to know which way it opens. Again, I see that A is positive, so it should be opening to the right again. Alright, which means that my focus should be going in a positive direction as well, opening to the right. So I should just get -1 and 15/16 if I'm going 1/16 to the right, comma 4, and then my directrix should be in the opposite direction, so I should get -2 and 1/16, comma 4 if I went to the left of the vertex. Alright, and then finally my distance across the parabola at the focus should just be 4c. Well, 4c is just going to be 4 times 1/16, otherwise known as 1/4.